Hi, this is Bedrest coach Darlene Turner, owner and founder of Mamas on Bedrest and Beyond. And today we're going to go through a short stretch series. As many of you know, a couple weeks ago I had the flu. I was knocked out, flat out on my back, could barely lift my head off the pillow. And I stayed that way for a good 4 to 5 days. And as I started recovering and started getting up, I realized, my God, my body feels, I just felt so limp and so, I can't even describe it. I just felt so weighed down and kind of like a wet noodle. And as I started exercising, I started out really slowly. One day I went for a short bike ride with my children. I went to a dance class, and normally, I'm all over the floor, but I just really kept it low key because I knew I didn't have my normal strength. And finally, the end of last week, I went to a yoga class and just really had a good stretch, but I could feel how my muscles had so constricted in that time while I had been in bed. And it immediately hit me, my gosh, this happened to me in 4 to 5 days. 4 to 5 days. Now, granted, some of you could argue, well, you were really sick and you had this virus, and that's all true. But in 4 to 5 days, my body went from being really, I still had muscle tone and everything else, but being really kind of vibrant and I could just call on it to do whatever, to being like, whoa, really constricted, really tight, and unable to move the way I normally moved. So it made me think, okay, on our Facebook page, a lot of mamas are about to deliver. They're talking about having their babies soon in early February, which is, this week. And I'm thinking, we've got to get these mamas ready, get them doing what they can while they're in bed to start moving those muscles, start kind of agitating around so that when they deliver and when they have their babies, they will be ready. So today, I'm going to start with legs today, and I've set up my bed once again, and I'm actually going to work crosswise because otherwise you're looking straight in my crotch, and I didn't think that was really a pleasant view for you. But I'm going to work sideways. I'm short enough that I can work sideways on this futon here. And just, we're going to go through some stretches for the legs and a little bit for the waist. Now I'm going to give you lots of modifications, lots of cueing, because I'm not pregnant. So you're going to see me twist and move a lot more so than I think is proper for you to be moving, especially those of you in the 32, 34 week range and beyond. You shouldn't be moving quite as much as you might see me moving and or twisting. And I want to call that out, and I want to bring that to your attention because, again, I'm not pregnant. It's okay if I twist. It's okay if I lay a bit flatter. I've actually propped my pillows up here against my cabinet so that I can kind of mimic the positions that you need to be in. I have a large body pillow, always have the body pillow, because I'm going to elevate my right side and get myself off my vena cava. I don't have a fundus pushing down on it. You do, but you need to see this. You need to be able to kind of work with it. So I'm going to kind of call some things out. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. We're going to get going. And, these are just, it's a short series, 5-10 minutes max. But I do think it's going to help you prepare to be active again after being in on bed rest for so long. The other things you'll need now, as you see, I have 4 pillows right here. I'm mimicking kind of a headboard using my cabinet. I have a large body pillow, which I am going to tuck up under me, especially on the right side. Ladies, you don't want to lay flat. And I have an exercise band. I prefer this. Again, I'm not pregnant, and it's okay if I push a little and grunt a little. I don't want you doing that at all. So to mimic the same thing, you can use a large bath towel because your movements should be assisted. They should be passive. We're not building core strength. We're not bodybuilding. We're stimulating the muscles, but we're not actively trying to build them. We're just trying to kind of wake them up and let them know, hey, you're going to be used soon. So here we are. I'm on the bed, and I hope you can see me pretty well. I'm going to pull down my shirt, and I'm just in comfortable clothes, just like you would be. Maybe you're in pajamas or something, and I'm laying here against the pillows. And again, I can lay crosswise, and I think it might be a little hard for you to see my feet, but I will move them into the frame as we go along. I do have the body pillow right here, And I have it such that it's tilting me my right hip and my right side just a little bit because I want smooth flow from the bottom of my body, blood flow back up to my heart. That is why we do that. When you're pregnant, your uterus is so big it pushes down on that if you lay flat, and in some cases, could be lethal if you press down on it long enough. We don't want that to happen. So here we are. I'm going to show you how to do some of these exercises with a giant bath towel. Again, we want to do them passively. I don't want you straining. I don't want you putting a lot of emphasis on your abs because the thought is, oh, I'm really going to pull my knees in. That's not what we're about. We're stimulating the legs. So now, again, I just sat up. I'm not pregnant. I don't have my belly in here. I don't have a child in here. You're probably going to have to sit up like this. However you need to do it is fine. Please bear with me because I'm going to do some things unconsciously and I'm going to try to remember to modify for you. So I'm going to put the towel around my feet. Now again, I'm pretty short and I don't think you can see my feet here. So let me see if I can tilt a little bit. So I have the towel around my feet. There we go. You can see it like that. I have it around one and I have it around my feet. And I'm laid back on the pillows, got the body pillow under my right side. I'm holding onto the towel and I have my feet about hip distance apart so they're just comfortably laying here. And I just pull them in and use your arms. Use your arms more than your abs. I know you're probably thinking, but I need to get my abs going. Not right now. Not while you're pregnant. This is not the time. We just want to wake up those feet and those legs. So while you're here, and I'm going to turn just a little bit so you can see, and I'm picking up my legs. Please do not do this. I am doing this just so you can see what I'm doing. I'm wiggling my toes in the towel. So I'm wiggling my toes, and what I'm doing is I'm doing this back and forth in the towel with my toes. So back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'll turn this way so you can see, and it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Again, do not hold your feet like this. I'm simply doing this so that you can see. Your feet should be flat on your bed, on your sofa, wherever you are. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So a couple minutes of this, and it's real easy. Back and forth. Now you can also do this without the towel because the simple movement will just start your feet and start your muscles, start your blood flow going. So we'll do this for maybe, 8 more, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so the next stage we're going to do with this is we're going to do a simple out and in. So say these are my feet in my towel. We're going to pull them out and we're going to pull them in. Now I'm going to swing myself around so that you can see me do this. Now I'm going to be fairly flat. You are not to be flat. Stay pressed up on your pillows. I'm doing this so that you can see what I'm doing. Please excuse the butt shot, but here we go. And I'm going to go out and I'm going to go in. Now this is actually hard for me to do with the towel. I'm going to actually do it with the TheraBand. Again, I kind of encourage the towel because it makes you work less. It makes you use your arms more because with the TheraBand, I'm working resistance. You don't really need to be doing this right now. You can, but it's really a matter of I'm trying to get you to, let's see if we can sit me here in a position where you can see a little bit better. I'm trying to get, oh man, I'm just so short. Okay, I'm going to go all the way back. Now I'm sitting up, again, you would be against your pillows, but so that I can show you kind of what's going on. You got your towel and you just let your feet go out, pull the towel to pull them in. Let them drift out. Use the towel to pull your legs back in. You want to use the arms. This way you're getting some arm movement. You're not putting a lot of stress and strain on your legs, on your abs. You're going out and in. We're heading out and in. This is 5. We're going to do 5 more. 5 and in. 4 and in. 3 and in. 2 and in. Last one. There we go. Great. Now, one thing that really, I'm going to come back and lean up here so I can look more like you guys, that really struck me when I was in my yoga class especially was how tight the backs of my legs had gotten just being in bed. I was really just like, whoa, this is amazing. So we're going to do a little back of the leg stretch. Now, I want you to sink into your pillows, really relax. Again, you can use the towel or you cannot. I'm going to make this up to you. But what I want you to do is, now there is a move in yoga that we call happy baby, and it really looks like this. Now, obviously, that is not appropriate for you as a pregnant mom right now. But we can do a variation. We're going to start out, then we're going to bring our knees in, and then I just want you to open them up and let them flop. Just let them flop. Let all these muscles just kind of open up. You don't have to push anything. You don't have to pull anything. If you want to give just a little bit of resistance, just take your palms of your hands on your knees, gentle push. Now, this is not, trying to do this big grunting butterfly thing. This is not what we're doing. We're just going down easy, easy. Take some deep breaths. Now, again, if you have any contraindications, if you've been bleeding, if you've been having any type of preterm labor, please don't do this. In fact, before you do anything like this, check with your doctor or midwife and make sure that they're not going to have a total freak out that you're moving. Most of these movements are completely safe, very easy, but if you've been having any type of complication, any type of active problem such as bleeding or contracting, this is not the time to do this. But in any case, if it's okay and you're feeling pretty good and you're just want to lay in the bed, you can, if you're flexible, bring your feet together. If not, having them a little bit apart is fine. The other thing you can do, if this is uncomfortable, you can put some pillows under your knees and just a gentle push. And you breathe. Now, the other thing I really want you to remember to breathe. Breathing is huge. So often you go to do a movement and the first thing you do is go, well, we don't want any Valsalva maneuvers, and that's what you do. You breathe in and you push down. You'll do that in labor. We're not doing this here. So be sure you're breathing in and out, in and out. Good. Now we can bring the legs up and just kind of relax them. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take just one at a time. And what I'm also going to have you do is leave one leg on the bed. So I have my left leg on the bed, and I have my right leg here in the towel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take with both hands, and I'm going to take my right leg just out to the side. Now, granted, again, I am not pregnant, so, and I'm also really pretty flexible. Your leg may not go this far. Do not worry. Also, you can't pull it up here. I can, because you've got a baby in there. So your leg may look like this, which is absolutely fine. But you're going to take the leg over. And I also recommend keeping it on pillows, keeping things very fluid, relaxed. You might want to put just a little neck pillow or something under your knee. You can roll up another towel, anything. I'm fine like this, but again, I am not pregnant, so a whole different ball of wax. But this just gives you a little stretch right here. Just let it, you feel a little stretch inside. Now, while you're here, you can let the towel go. You can give yourself a little inner thigh massage, because you'll know where you're tight, and you'll feel it right kind of in the belly of the hamstring. You'll be like, whoa. And then we're going to bring this leg in. Bring your left foot in. Slide your right foot out. Right foot comes down onto the pillow on this side. Take the left leg out. There you go. Oh, actually feels pretty good on me. And, again, I haven't even been laying around right now. But again, just stretching those muscles. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Very good. And we'll just stay here for a few breaths. Please breathe. Do not hold your breath, especially if you have anything like preeclampsia, pregnancy-induced hypertension. We got to keep the blood flowing and the breath moving. Do not hold your breath. So, I mean, for me, it's pretty easy. I'm talking to you, so I have to breathe. But, you may be focusing on what is she doing now? And the next thing you know, you're, please breathe. And I'm going to go ahead and bring my leg in. You can hear I still have this stupid flu in my head. The last couple of things I want to do, and I would normally do I'm going to show you how I would normally do. I'd have my legs up, I'd cross one over, and I'd stretch. Again, you've got fairly large belly, you got a lot going on in there. We don't want to compress, but we do want to get this back stretch. So we're going to we start with our legs straight, bring one leg over. I've got my right foot over my left knee. And we want to do it just very gently. Lift up the left calf. Very gently, because for most of you, this is going to be enough. For you who have not been, and if you find that you can't lift your left calf very well, get your handy dandy towel. You cross the foot over, so your foot is on the knee. You get your two towel pieces, and then just slide it in just a little bit, because you're going to feel that in this hip flexor. You're going to feel that in your psoas muscles. You're going to feel that in the hamstrings. And it's just a little bit. Now, if it's okay, just a little bit, you can bring it up just a little bit more. But again, if you start feeling like, whoa, this is compressing, I'm feeling this in my pelvis, you go back down. And because the reality is, by simply bringing your right foot, or whichever, you can start with either one, and crossing it over, this is giving you a stretch. This is giving you a just perfectly good stretch. Now let's go ahead and switch to the other side. Now I've just simply bent my left leg, my left foot on my right knee, and here we go. Now again, not being pregnant, I can bring them up. I can get a really good stretch. I do not recommend this for pregnant women on bed rest. It is not okay. So I want you to take your leg back out. And a lot of people will say, well, what's the point of, if you have been on bed rest, say since 18 weeks and you're now 36 weeks, that's 18 weeks of bed rest. Your muscles are deconditioned enough. You've got enough going on with your pregnancy that we don't need to add any extra pressure. This is going to be quite enough to just lift and wake up your legs, let them know, hey, I'm going to be moving soon. I'm going to be doing something. Here you go. Okay, now finally, if it's okay, if you do not have any type of bleeding, placenta previa or anything, you can take and just do a light turn. Now, normally, if you're in a class, you bring your knees up, flop them to one side. Again, with the pregnancy, I'm not quite feeling that. I'm actually going to sit up a little bit. I slid down. So we're going to take our knees, and we are going to roll them over just a little bit. Just a little bit. Taking my right hand on my left knee, just a gentle push down. Very gentle. If you want to get radical, you can try crossing it over. Now, I'm feeling quite a bit of twist with this. I'm thinking this is not good for mamas on bed rest, because between your belly and worrying about the uterus, and I don't think this is good. So I'm going to say do not cross your knees. But you can bring them up just a little bit and take them to the side. Just a little bit. Simple little stretch. Now, always please do assisted. Take your hand up under your knees. Bring them up. Square your feet gently to the other side. So again, you're not getting that same T like you would get if you were in a yoga class or a more traditional fitness class. But again, we're not in the traditional state. You're a mama who's been on bed rest. You've been laying around. You've not been moving the same way. We're just giving you a little wake up to the muscles here. And here we go. Now, to get up, put your hands down, push yourself up. Now, I would normally just sit right on up, and that's fine. Again, no baby in here. I'm a little squishy, but no baby. And that's fine for me to do. It is not okay for you to do. I wanted to show you these that you can be doing in bed. You can kind of reach over. And in our next installment, I'll show you how to do some arm movements, to get some arm stretching. But you can do these a couple times a day, 2-3 times a day. And it's just a matter of waking your muscles up, letting them know, hey, I have the ability and the capacity to move, and I need to do that. And that's what this is all about. So I hope this helps you out. If you have any questions, feel free to email them to me, info@mamasonbedrest.com, or post them on our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/mamas on bedrest and beyond. We'd love to hear from you. If you're bold enough and want to take a picture and show us what you're doing, great. Check with your doctor or midwife before you do any of these types of exercise. And if you need further modification or have questions, again, just shoot me an email, info@mamasonbedrest.com, or write us on our Facebook page, facebook.com, Mamas on Bedrest and Beyond. So that's it for this time. I'm Darlene Turner, Bedrest coach, owner, and founder of Mamas on Bedrest and Beyond. Have a really great day.